Hey guys, I was driving the car today and I was just thinking about all the mistakes I made as a new mom, and just wanted to pop on here and make a quick video about 5 tips of advice for new moms. Tip number 1 is to prioritize self-care. When I had my first, my kids are 3 and 7 by the way. That's not true, 3 and 6. When I had my first, I was just overcome with like mom happiness and I wanted everything to be about him, and just I thought that being a mom meant just to give selflessly to no end, but you get really tired, like you have to take care of yourself. I still prioritize my kids' needs above my own, but I recognize that my needs are important too, and that I can't give to other people unless I'm also taking care of myself. So that means things like taking a shower, putting on makeup if you want to. I really take time to practice yoga. That's my time. I think there's always going to be a little bit of guilt that goes with that. When I leave for yoga, my kids want me to stay home, and I do feel a little bit guilty, but I go, and I go happily still knowing that that makes me happy, and then I can be a better mom to them by taking care of myself. Tip 2 is to get some postpartum clothes. I totally punished myself the first time around and made myself wear maternity clothes. It took a year to lose the weight and get back into my clothes, and I felt horrible about myself the whole time. So the second time around, I bought those spandex pants they sell at Target, like the Spanx that like go all the way up to your rib cage and just like suck you all in, and then some long t-shirts. And it didn't cost that much money. They were just like, you know, cheap clothes, but I felt so much better about myself for that postpartum time. Tip 3 is take parenting books with a grain of salt. It's so confusing as a new mom. You're reading all these books and you'll quickly find that the information is so conflicting. It's because there's so many different opinions about how to raise kids and what works and what doesn't. And yes, there is research to support those things, but in the end, you have to choose what you think is going to help nurture your child and grow them to their best human. I personally like to read books about gentle parenting and align with that philosophy. But even then, there might be some things you read that you don't feel like necessarily works for your family, and that's okay. You just have to do what works for you, which leads into number 4, which is to own your parenting decisions. If you're parenting and hoping for validation from your, in-laws, parents, even spouse, siblings, friends, neighbors, there are so many opinions about parenting, and people are going to think you're doing it awesome, and people are going to think that you're crazy and the way you're doing it is totally wrong, and you're, if you'd only do it this way, you'd get this result. But the truth is that all families are different, all kids are different, how they respond to different things is totally different. Whether or not you've got a kid with special needs or behavior challenges is going to be, it's just totally different, and it really doesn't matter what other people think. So you do you, what works for your family, what makes you feel like you're being your best mom, and that's all you should do. And number 5 is to embrace the chaos. Like, I'm a total type A personality. I'm very organized by nature. I like everything done ahead of time and very like, this way, and that's not the way it works with babies and little kids. They've got their own schedules and their own ideas in mind. So I'm still working on number 5. So I think just recognizing that they're only small for now. So maybe your house is a mess now and it won't be later when they're older. But I always remind myself it's more important to play with them and have those memories with them than to have a clean house. Like, what are you going to remember 5 years from now? What will your regrets be 5 years from now? Will it be that your house was dirty, or will it be that you weren't spending the time that your kids deserve from you? So those are just a few little ideas. Please leave tips in the comments if you are a mom or a parent and you have any encouraging advice for new parents. And thank you so much for watching, and have an awesome day.